Picture this. It's an unassuming day in Minneapolis, and Samantha walks into a veterinary clinic, clutching a tiny kitten in desperate need of help. She's met with Xavier, a veterinarian whose Greek god good looks don't exactly match his unexpectedly gruff and honestly kind of frustrating first impression. "There's no way I'm letting this kitten go," she tells him, her voice sharp with determination. That was how it all started, with tension sparking the beginning of something unforgettable. Hi everyone, welcome to the Book Club Lounge. I'm Sarah Bridgewater, and in today's episode, we're diving into Abby Jimenez's latest gem, Say You'll Remember Me. This novel is not just a love story, it's an emotional odyssey about resilience, devotion, and the bold risks we take for love and family. But a quick heads up, we'll touch on some plot details to really explore it. Of course, if you haven't read the book yet, check out the show links to grab your copy, and then come back and join us. All right, so let's talk about Samantha. She's this incredibly strong woman. I mean, life hasn't exactly handed her the easiest deck of cards. There's her family, so much on her shoulders, and we'll get into that more later. But one thing about Samantha, she's brave in this subtle, quiet way. And Xavier, well, here's a guy who isn't just a veterinarian to animals. He's got this fierce compassion. But, you know, he's also the kind of person who says the wrong thing at totally the wrong time. It's relatable, honestly. Their story truly takes shape during what might be called the most magical first date ever. Have you ever had one of those nights that just unfolds like it's from a movie? That's what happens here. This date, it goes on for hours. Take this moment, for example. Xavier tells Samantha, "You walked into that clinic like a storm, and I couldn't look away." Let me tell you, the vulnerability beneath his otherwise hardened exterior, it melts you. And Samantha? She sees something in him too, even if she knows they're standing on borrowed time. Tomorrow, she's leaving for Los Angeles to care for her mother. So there's this bittersweet urgency in every word they say, every look they share. Jimenez has such a talent for weaving unforgettable scenes. There's so much humor here. It's not all heavy and emotional. There's laughter, these small, humanizing moments that make them feel so real. And at the core of everything, there's that question. Can just one date, one connection forged in mere hours, really mean more than time itself? For Samantha and Xavier, the answer feels undeniable. It's like climbing a mountain knowing there's no summit in sight, but climbing anyway, because the journey matters that much. To borrow a quote from Jimenez herself, "The only thing better than one single perfect memory is to make a life, and even a love, worth remembering." That night, Samantha and Xavier start creating that memory. A love story that's tender yet impossible. A relationship that feels like it shouldn't work, but somehow, does it have a chance? And on that note, their story continues. Let's take a closer look at Samantha's family, because, wow, it's hard not to feel the weight of her world. Her mother, Lisa, is battling dementia, early onset. And let me tell you, Jimenez doesn't shy away from showing how relentless and heartbreaking that journey can be. Lisa isn't just losing her memory, she's losing pieces of herself. And for Samantha, watching her mother's identity slip away is devastating. That's a whole other level of grief, even as Lisa is still with them. Imagine juggling those emotions while trying to figure out your own life. It's a lot. Now, think about how this impacts her relationship with Xavier. Samantha's responsibilities anchor her to Los Angeles, and Xavier, well, he's back in Minneapolis. It's a literal, physical distance, and a figurative one too. There's this quote from the book that really stayed with me. "None of the fear and worry I had was because I didn't think it would work. The fear and worry was because I knew it would." That fear is so real, isn't it? Samantha knows deep down that a love like theirs could work, but it asks sacrifices she's not sure she can make. What Jimenez does so brilliantly, though, is balance these deeply emotional moments with these pockets of humor and humanity that feel like a breath of fresh air. Take the kitten with no butthole, for example. I know it's absurd, but that's life, right? Absurd, unpredictable, and somehow laugh out loud funny in even the messiest of times. Those moments remind us that humor doesn't erase pain. It just makes it a little easier to bear. And here's where Jimenez's juggling act gets tricky. Some readers have pointed out that, while the humor and vulnerability are undoubtedly moving, the relationship between Samantha and Xavier feels, at times, rushed. I mean, can a transformative love story really develop that quickly? Maybe. Maybe not. But what I do see are characters who feel authentic in their imperfections. Samantha's hesitation, the way her loyalty to her family pulls her one way while her heart pulls her another. It's messy in a very human way. And Xavier? He's patient, but not perfect. And I love that about him. He gives her space, but he also shows up. Consistently, wholeheartedly. There's something deeply affirming in that. It's also worth noting how Jimenez uses Samantha's family, not just Lisa, but her whole complex, endearing, and sometimes maddening family, as more than just a setting. They're a mirror, reflecting both the best and the most challenging parts of her character. It's through them that we see her resilience, her deep sense of duty, and honestly, her exhaustion. The humor in Samantha's life doesn't erase her struggles. It coexists with them, just like in real life. So, here we are. Samantha's heart divides her between two worlds, the life she's built around her obligations and the possibilities she glimpses with Xavier. Is it fair for her to have to choose? No, it's not. But life, as we all know, rarely plays fair. Still, there's something beautiful in the way she faces it all, with a laugh, a tear, and endless determination. And speaking of choices, there's a significant subplot about her father that, well, we'll dive into that next. And now let's address the subplot that stirred quite a bit of conversation, Samantha's father and his infidelity. It's a controversial narrative choice, one that challenges not just the characters, but the readers as well. Here's a man who claims deep love for his ailing wife, Lisa, while simultaneously betraying her trust. It's jarring, isn't it? That duality, that contradiction. We all know life isn't black and white, yet seeing it laid out like this can be unsettling. For Samantha, it throws everything she values into sharp relief. Loyalty, family, love. What do those words even mean when the foundation you've relied on begins to crumble? And let me say, Jimenez doesn't hand us a clean resolution here. This isn't a subplot where everyone holds hands and walks into the sunset. No, it leaves us sitting with the discomfort, the questions about forgiveness, about the imperfections of those we love. Family, after all, can be as much a source of heartbreak as it is of strength. Samantha's journey here is a quieter, more internal one, but it's no less profound. Watching her navigate that mix of betrayal and understanding enriches her story, and I think makes her stand out as a deeply relatable character. But now, we come to what makes Jimenez's storytelling so memorable. The way she layers these heavier emotional arcs with romance tropes that feel fresh and grounded. Enemies to lovers and second chances could easily read as overdone in less skilled hands, but here, they carry real emotional weight. Xavier embodies that second chance, not just for Samantha to find love, but to believe, despite everything, that love can coexist with uncertainty and imperfection. That's a hard thing to write authentically without veering into cliché. but Jimenez walks that line gracefully. The humor scattered throughout, whether it's a cat with no butthole or the playful banter between Samantha and Xavier, gives the story a heartbeat, a reminder that even in our heaviest moments, life always finds ways to make us laugh. And talking about authenticity, the reception to this book has been fascinating. On Goodreads, on forums, even TikTok, readers have shared how much this story resonates with their own experiences. Whether it's dealing with parental struggles, managing family illness, or simply navigating modern, messy relationships. There are criticisms too, of course. For some, the romance between Samantha and Xavier happens too quickly. For others, the subplot with her father feels like an open wound. But those varied reactions are a testament to how real this story feels. It gets people talking, debating, reflecting, and isn't that the point of great literature? So, what makes Say You'll Remember Me unforgettable? It's how Jimenez captures the human condition in all its complexities. She reminds us that love isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about choosing to show up, time and time again, even when the odds feel stacked against us. Samantha and Xavier's story resonated with me because it's not about guarantees or neat conclusions. It's about daring to create something beautiful, despite the chaos. And here's the question I'll leave you with. In the face of life's challenges, what are the memories you'll fight to create, hold on to, and cherish? Maybe it's a laugh shared over a silly misunderstanding or a quiet moment of connection that feels like it could last forever. Those moments, they're fleeting, but they're everything. Thank you for joining me today in the Book Club Lounge. If you haven't already, there's a link in the show notes to purchase. Say You'll Remember Me. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more literary deep dives. And as Abby Jimenez so beautifully put it, love is the brightest color in a gray world. On that note, we'll see each other next time, in between the pages. Take care.